sending all of the presidents and senators the coordinates to the promised land, the instructions to the promised land. And um, here's here's the letter from Trump. This is the latest letter. Well, no, I got two other letters from Trump after this, but it was just to check up to see if I was whatever. Anyway, so but here's letters for now Trump. He's the only one that seems to be, helping out. The other ones, of course not, because I've been writing to. Here's Clinton. Here's our Clinton's. Yeah, here's Clinton to me. See, he can't help me, and at that time my business was called the Robin Hood Project, and that was back in 2007. So he refers to my business as the Robin Hood Project because that's what my business was at first. But then I changed it to Catherine's Magical Kingdom. Then it's the arrival of the Promised Land Indigenous World. That's what the corporation is. Here is the application for everyone to apply, because when you apply, everyone receives their free JETSUNS. They will travel in their area, and they all would have to, every color, every person don't get the JETSUNS, but every person would have to wear the badge. You have to wear your identity badge. Okay, the identity badge I patent. It comes with the key with your JETSUNS. It comes with your photo ID and where you're indigenous to. That you're 640 acres, which is everywhere. Because we've been scraped, we've been scattered everywhere, right? So you're indigenous to America, and your grandparents, and even if you don't have grandparents, will be on here because it's based off of my grandparents. So your grandparents is my grandparents if you don't have any grandparents because they murdered them. Okay? So it'll be based on, your grandparents will be based on my story. Okay? And what it says is that in here, it says that every single Negro in America was pushed and removed and murdered. The ones who were alive applied for their status and was denied. Then, but then some was granted because they went in. Okay, they went in with the enemy, and so they were granted their status. Then they were murdered. So after the black people murder other people from their yards, then all of them are murdered from the white people, because the white people want to just annihilate you all. They just want to take it, and they want to annihilate their own people as well. Because, like I said, there's a certain race of people within the white race that have to be contained immediately. Those are the people that we're talking to. We're talking to the court judges that you have to be contained, sir, because you serve a conflict of interest against me. Whenever time I speak and go into this courtroom and speak the law, I'm speaking your law and not my law. And that's a conflict of interest. And I can't have that, because I'm dying. Because when I say, Your Honor, and if I apply your rule of law, then I die and you win, right? So I can't apply your law to me. It's a conflict of interest. And what's the conflict? The conflict of interest is that you're sitting in that seat and I'm not. Because you see, if I just discover that you're not supposed to sit in that seat, and you must agree because you can see the evidence that's true. You got to see the evidence that's true. When you talk to this attorney on national TV, everybody got to see this every day. We have to address it to the courts that the reason why we have to remove you is because you might say no. But if you say, you might say no, and you can't say no to us when you know we're right. See, it's not about proving who we are. They have to prove who they are. The court judge we're going to present it, and we're going to say, sir, you have to tell us about Paul Revere. Tell us about Paul Revere, sir. That's how you got to come. And then he's going to say, well, I don't think I should tell you about Paul Revere. No, you're going to tell us about Paul Revere. Okay? Because that's you. You're linked to Paul Revere. Yeah. Even if Even if you're not blood related, you're still linked to him because you serve the same thing he serves, invading this country that's not yours. So that means all of you are criminals, and we will show you mercy. What mercy? The mercy is that I'm having a conversation with you and I'm just going to physically move you out of the seat. That's mercy. I didn't say I was going to murder you right there, which I was supposed to. Then that, you know what I'm saying? I'm not telling you I'm going to murder you, but I'm supposed to. So that's why I'm showing you mercy. We're just going to physically remove you from your seat, and we're going to take you to prison where Larry Hoover is where his minions are at. That's where you're going to go, because Larry Hoover have to come out and find the criminals that put him in there and put them in there. Larry Hoover got to put the criminals that put him in prison, and he got to put them in prison. Okay? He got to find these people. And the white people have to help us. The good white people got to help us. And if you don't, then you guys got to go too. Or just mind your own motherfucking business, for real. Really. See, this is what I'm trying to say. It has to be publicly, nationally known, so we'll all be on the same page. We're all going to wear the badge of where we're from. White people will wear their badge. They have to. Where are they from? They're from Bulgaria, Helsinki, Russia, in Bulgaria, in the Caucasus Mountains. There are regions there that's where they're from. And they should be proud of that, because you have your own country and you don't have to rule over us. You can literally rule in your own country, white person, European. You're not from here. And it has to be publicly known. So all the shit that you got going, these courts, the police and all that, it doesn't matter. None of this matters to us. You have to apply it to your white people. That's why it has to be publicly known, so that we can address this publicly. That if you arrest somebody, it has to be according to your own race. You can't bring it to us. You can't apply some, what's that, the shot and stuff on us. You can't, that's on your people. If there's some sort of made up virus, that's according to your people. You can't make up a virus and say that everybody, no. You made that virus up, and so you have to apply it to your people. We have to get over here. We're going to the promised land, because whatever you got going has nothing to do with us. Remember, you came here as criminals and you were supposed to have been executed. So evidently, everything that you do has nothing to do with us. But you keep putting it off on us like we're supposed to absorb it and soak it in and love it. No, you guys are the criminals, and we're going to show you mercy. And the mercy is that we're going to publicly do this. This is what's mercy. That we're going to show it publicly. And everything is going to be out in the open. We don't have no hidden hand or none of that bullshit. All of your hidden hand bullshit, all of that hand, the hand will be pulled out of because you be hidden hand or whatever y'all be doing that Masonic shit. Okay. Well, your hand going to be pulled out your shirt. And you're going to be busting your motherfucking face by hiding shit. We come with mercy. And how we're going to come with mercy is that we're going to tell you, basically kind of like pleading with you. I don't know why I say that, but we're going to plead with you where it's like, sir, here is the evidence. Now, the reason why we can't allow you to say no to us is because you know what you're doing to us. This is why it has to be publicly known, because it's all about what you know. Sir, you know who we are, right? And you know that you're murdering us. So there's nothing else for me to say to you but to show you mercy. And we're going to have to, now it's going to be one disciple there and one disciple here. I don't like to say, I just like to say that you have your own disciples. So, you have your own troops or men. I like to say disciples. So you have one, and you would have to do it the way that they do us. You know how you finna get arrested and there'll be one here and one there. And then whenever you give the order, they'll say, okay, you guys, just come with me. And then you put your hands behind your back. And you got to do the same thing that they do to you. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. You have to literally say, I'm sorry, sir. But no, you don't never say you sorry, because you're not sorry. I'm sorry. See, we have to correct our language here. I got to stop you see what I'm saying? You got to tell these people, sir, you are under arrest. Okay? Now, when you say that, your minions would say, stand up, sir. Do exactly how they do you. And you got to put the handcuffs, and then they got to go to jail. They got to go to jail. You got to take them to jail, and you got to stand on that. And guess what? We show them mercy, because we didn't kill you. We didn't kill them. We not. We showing them mercy. And we taking to jail where Larry Hoover is at. Now, what does Larry Hoover represent? He represents all prison systems. So when we say we taking him to Larry Hoover, so if the judge that we're facing is in California, then he got to go to the California State Prison here. We're just going to take all of the judges, and even, of course the police officers, if they want to get some. If the police officers want to get some, then they can get some too, because they're only using tasers now. So anyway, but they don't want to. They don't want to tell you that though. They don't want to tell you that. They don't want to tell you that, and it don't matter if they're using the real one. We got the real ones though. But I'm just saying. Well, this what I'm saying, because we're not trying to kill nobody. What we're trying to do is this. We're showing the truth and the facts. Okay, we're showing the truth and the facts is that your military is no more military. You don't have the police force, and you was never supposed to have the police force. That's why your people are forced to take it and then dwindled yourself away from us. You're supposed to do that. You're not supposed to be in office because this is not your land, and you were supposed to have been executed. You're supposed to have been murdered here. Okay, but since you're not murdered and you've been sucking up our energy and our blood and sweat and all this and kidnapping us and doing adrenochrome and sacrificing out the Negro movie stars. You would sacrifice and murder out the movie stars. And then you would turn them into homosexual lizards where they would go and try to mess with little boys and stuff. And you would do that, and you would play them around and make them slap each other on national TV as a distraction so that we won't see what's really happening behind your little hidden hand that you keep doing. Just some secret shit. It's just all evil. And we won't stand for it. We're going to stand tall, and we're only going to stand on truth and technicality. Just truth. And by technical law right, you know that you went to school and learned how you removed us. That's why you got to get out of your seat, because you went to school and you learned how you removed us and that you were never supposed to do that. That's why you got to get out of your seat. And so we're going to do it in the most professional manner, because we're going to show them mercy. Mercy is when, just like I said, you just pick them up and take them to jail. That's it. And it's like, well, Kathy, what if they don't want to? What if they don't want to go and they resist? Well, every disciple will have the handcuffs, and then they'll also have duct tape. The duct tape is to cover their mouths so they won't be talking. And then you just handcuff them, and that's it. You got to take them to jail, because that's what they would do to us. You got to just cover their mouth. It doesn't matter what they say, because according to Trump's law in 2017, you have to remove these people out of office immediately. It says it right here. Blocking the party, blocking the property of persons involved in serious human rights and abuse, right? Okay, they're talking about foreigners. If you are a foreigner in America and you are doing criminal acts, you got to be removed. That's what he signed into law. If they are a foreigner, now who's a foreigner. Every single European white person here, Chinese, Mexican, Indian, they're all $5 Indians, they're all, even African Americans are foreign to us. If you are an African American, you claim you're African American, and you're in the Senate building, and you're in the Congress offices, and you're a lawyer, and you claim and you're with them, then you're from Morocco. You're not from here. You're from Moors that they recognize you as. The Europeans here recognize only the Moors because the Moors brought them here. You Moors brought them here, and you end up getting devoured. Now you're begging for your own land back with your status? No, you have to take them back. You got to take them back, because when they go to prison, they're not going to stay in America. No, even the Moors have to go to where their beautiful country is in Italy. They have the most beautiful country in Morocco, Italy, Malta, Rome. Now, the people that we're removing from office owns Italy, owns Malta. All that's what I'm saying. Like, they have to accommodate us in the land in Morocco, where the Moors have to go to, because the Moors have to come up out of United States to travel as well. The people that claim themselves to be Israelites would have to have their seat in Israel. They have to have a promised land in Israel. The people that claim themselves to be Egyptian would have to have the promised land in Cairo, Egypt, where right next to the pyramids. Yeah, like that. But that would be gradual. That would be down the line. We're starting right now with what we're doing now. First, we have to simultaneously get the public class action lawsuit with your men, right? We're going to publicly file the class action lawsuit to where everyone will see it in NBC television station studio networks where they removed us from. Okay, and now when that happens, you're gonna, because it's mine. Okay, and we're announcing that, I'm gonna announce it, the rules and regulations of the Promised Land, and the rules and the regulations are no white cop or no white probation officer, Mexican, Chinese probation officer, they cannot tell a Negro person what to do. They cannot approach them. They cannot even say hi. They can't. They have to get away from us, and they have to only apply their laws to their people in their community. They cannot apply their rules and laws to us. If a black man shot another black man anywhere, and where, then the cop, a white cop, would have to call, and hold on one second. Sorry. They would have to call. They would have to call. They would have to call us. They would have to call us and say, "Hi, sir. Hi, yeah, we're having a situation here. There are two Negro guys, and we want, you have to say Negro, or say gingerbread colored people. There's two gingerbread colored people out here who's just shot somebody, and they just shot each other. So you're just gonna come out here." And they would call our station. Our station would be NBC Universal Studios. But I think that NBC it should stand for something else. It just stands for, I don't know, niggas before Christ. If you think that's a bad word, like, let's see, NBC is going to be Niggas Before Christ television station network. So television, so Niggas Before Christ Universal Studios. Niggas Before Christ. That's a catchy name. Okay, fine. If you don't like that name, that's fine. But we'll just leave it at NBC. But it's still going to be NBC, Niggas Before Christ. It's just going to be NBC, studio, Universal Studios. Okay, but we'll do that. We'll deal with that later, the name later. But I'm just saying, I just feel like we should just have our own titles of names and stuff, because we came before Christ and stuff, and I don't know. But anyway, listen, back to the seriousness of it. So when we get there, okay, we're going to publicly announce that we're going to go basis on the fact is that if you're foreign, then you have to be removed based on the executive orders that was passed and signed and everything by Trump. That if you're a foreign person, because everybody's foreign to us, everybody, even African Americans are foreign. Because if you're not saying you're indigenous, and if you don't, if you're not saying you're indigenous to this land, then you're African American. And if you're African American and you're really with the other people, the Europeans that's against us, then you would have to go to Morocco. And you would have to actually help bring the white people back to Morocco and where you guys are from, because that's where you brought them from. Okay, so you would have to help in that. And so now... Okay, so I have the application here to sign for the badge. Here's the application. I'll do it differently, but this is just the application of how it looks. Okay, so, and then it has the questionings. It's a 2-page question for the rules and regulations, and it's just the application for you to get the badge for everybody to wear, because we all have to know who's who. You can't just walk around in this country and not know who's who. You got to know who's who so that you won't die. Because if you don't know, then they're going to kill you. They have to know who they are. The judge that we're going to, you have to know who you are, so you're going to wear this badge. Well, your people will, because he's going to be in prison. The judge that sentenced Hoover and all that, they're all going to go to prison. So their people will have to wear the badge, because those judge people are not going to go to prison unless they want to get some, unless they say no to us. If they say no to us, then they have to go to prison. That means they're resisting. If you resist, then you're going to go to prison because you can't resist us. You can't do that. So I have letters from Obama from 2016 or whatever, when he was president, from Dianne Feinstein way back in 2006, from Clinton. I was denied twice by the Department of the Interior. I was denied twice. Okay? I was denied twice. So if you could see that. Okay. By the Department of the Interior. Okay? So, I got letters from Obama. So see, what did I send them? I sent them the coordinates to. Here's from Feinstein, Dianne Feinstein. Oh, this is an old address. Dianne Feinstein. I have about 13 letters from her. This was when I was homeless with my 4 children, and I was writing to them, letting them know we're not supposed to be homeless like this, because there was a lot of gingerbread colored women that was homeless right with me. You know what I mean? Like, we were not supposed to be homeless like that with kids and everything. No. And but we didn't know we were indigenous. So that's why we're going on the basis of discovery, because we discovered, like, we're being genocided. We're being murdered. By who? By the people that removed us from our homes. This is horrible. So we have to tell. You got to just tell the truth. You got to stand on your truth. And this is where, if they say no, that's where the fight comes in at. That's where it's just between you, and it's not, you ain't finna be fighting no cops. Because we're going to the judge, and we're going to present it. It's between you and that judge. Just like with Larry Hoover, it's between Larry Hoover and that warden. Ain't nobody jumping in nothing. Larry Hoover have to mop that warden up, literally. He got to mop his body up. If he says no to Larry Hoover and handing him over them keys and the deed he's going to hand over the keys and the land deed to the prison, so that Larry Hoover can do what he have to do to make everything safe and normal. Because as long as the white people are in office, we're going to die. We're dying. But if you have the original people here in office, we will live. We will live. We will live in the promised land, because I'm the creator of it. I'm the creator of the promised land, and they're telling me no. I have applied for so many different grants. They denied me of all my grants. I can't get any business funding. This is why I'm making this video, to ask if you can help me help you. Literally, I'm helping me help all of us, because you're an attorney that needs help. You have relatives out there that needs to have their own RV motorhome coach to travel. You do too. You actually have to travel to other court facilities to regulate, because you're the lawyer that owns all the court systems that Larry Hoover have to process. All of the criminals that he bring through would have to bring through your court office, because you own it. You own the court office. Trump would still be, he'd do what he want to do. I mean, well, I don't know about, he would be the president. Trump will still be the president, but he'll be the president of his people, or whoever, want him to be the president over. He'll still do what he do, but we will be traveling in the promised land and seeing our sights while Trump does Trump. I don't know if he can be the president of America, because he can't, but he can be the president of his people, to make his people, to drain the swamp, basically, because it has to be the good white people that have to get rid of the bad white people. Because if you don't get rid of the bad white people, just like that guy said, he said, we're all going to die. He said they just removed all the black people from their homes, and now we don't know who we are. This white man just said it. He just said we don't know who we are. Okay, because they just removed us. They removed all the black people. So if the black people don't know who they are, and we just arrived here, then they can't tell us what this is, what this building came from. They can't tell us about these fruits and vegetables, because the evil people took over, and they only know and only the evil people know on the surface. They don't know anything else. They don't know that you can melt down gold and drink it for your health. They don't know that. And If they did know it, they wouldn't tell you. So let's just hear what he said again. He said that they moved the black people.
They just go into a country, plague the whole place out, and then take over their buildings. New York was already there for thousands of years. San Francisco was there for thousands of years. Los Angeles was there for thousands of years. They were built by the indigenous people who were black and Indians as well. The black people, they are the original owners of America. Black people, African Americans, they were already here, and they plagued them out, and they stole the Smithsonian Institute, which is Jesuit controlled, stole their knowledge, stole their history, and now we're just left wondering who we are, where we come from, where we're going. We don't know anything.
Okay, now let's see the buildings.
They just go into a country.
Hold on. Okay, because I kept saying I was going to show. Okay, here, let's look at these buildings here. Where these buildings, we built these buildings. Look at this. We built them. Let me pause this for a minute. What? Oh my goodness, hold on. Goodness gracious. Oh, here it is. Okay. Look at that. That's Philadelphia. This is in 1890s. This is Philadelphia.